I'm going to be writing using a pen on my screen, which is going to be a bit wobbly, so be aware of it. If you cut out, or if I cut out because of the internet, just stay on. I'll keep joining it, and you guys keep joining it as well. Okay. So, but no one else can write now. This is going to be me writing. No one else can write. 11C, question 8. Okay. Now, it's going to be a bit rough because of the way it is. I'm writing on the screen. So, y dx, this is a question, equals 3 divided by x minus 2. And it says y. It says y equals 10 when x equals 0. So the first thing we're going to do is do the antiderivative of this. So integrate this, okay, because it tells us what y equals. So when I integrate to y dx, of course, I get y. When I integrate the 3 divided by x minus 2, remember, it's 1 divided by x is a log. So the 3 comes out the front. There it is there, because that's just a constant. And then I'm really left with x1 divided by x minus 2. Now, that's a log function. So this becomes a log e of x minus 2. And, of course, I have to have my plus c. Now, we know y equals 10, x equals 0. So I'm going to substitute that in. So I get 10 equals 3 log e. 0 minus 2 is negative 2 plus c. So c will equal 10 minus 3 log e of negative 2. Okay, so my rule becomes y equals 3 log e of x minus 2 plus my c, which is 10 minus 3 log e of negative 2. Now, I'm not going to stop there because I have a log e here and a log e here. So I'm going to combine them. And remember, when we subtract log functions or any type of function, we're actually dividing. So I'm going to come back. This will be, and I'll rearrange them first so that you can see, 3 log e of x, I'm going to hold my screen, minus 2 minus 3 log e of negative 2 plus my 10. So these ones I'm going to now combine. So that gives me 3 log e. Because they're both the same base, I can, with the minus, divide. So I get x minus 2 divided by negative 2 plus my 10. I don't like that negative 2 in there. So from the top line, I'm actually going to take out a negative. So that means I'll get negative here of 2 minus x. And then the negatives will cancel. So I'm going to do that now. So I get y equals 3 log e of negative 2 minus x divided by negative 2 plus the 10. The negatives cancel. So there's my whole rule. Y equals 3 log e of 2 minus x divided by the 2 plus 10. Okay. Any questions there? That was 11C, question 8. If you know, taking too long to write it, remember this, I will put this one up. It's being recorded. I will put it up for these questions. But take a photo because I'll move to the next one for you guys. So I'll give you still a minute to copy it down. Right, so everyone copied it? Can I continue?
Yeah.
If I can't, just even give me a chat. I don't know when the chat's gone, but anyway. Okay, it's going to go in 10, so if you need to take a photo, please, in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me clear this one. Okay, the next question was 11C question 10, so let me do that one there. So 11C question 10, which was said y dx equals 5 divided by 2 minus 4x and y equals to 10 when x equals to 1. Okay, so the same thing, I'm going to integrate these. So integral straight away. So I get y equals. Now the first thing we need to work out is which one am I going to do? Okay, so down on the right hand side of the screen, I'm going to write my 2 minus 4x. Okay, I'm going to put it equal to 0. I'm going to solve for it. So negative 4x is greater than negative 2, so x is less than and a half. So I'm going to use the one that's the less than one. So yeah, minus, yeah, okay. So I'm going to use, the 5 is just a constant, so out comes the 5. There we go. Now, when you do the log, remember you have to differentiate in here. When I differentiate this denominator, I get negative 4. Okay, so it's 1 divided by that denominator. So times 1 divided by the negative 4. There it is. And then I'm going to put my log in, e of, now because it's less than the 0, I'm going to do negative of the 2 and the 4x. So it becomes 4x minus my 2, less than 0. And then I've got my plus c. Oops. Okay, I'm going to make this a bit simpler.
Wait, so I get what you just did there.
Which part? The whole line? So I've integrated.
No, just the 2 minus 4x. Like where you put that minus.
Okay, because I'm using the less than 0 part, right? Because it's going towards the negative. I'm using the minus 1. If it was the positive, right, greater than here, I'd be just using as it is, the 4x minus 2. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, the 2 minus the 4x, not that one. Let me just erase that one. I'll be using the 2 minus the 4x as it is. But because it's a negative, right, less than 0, I'm putting the negative in front of it, which means it changes to 4x minus 2, which I'm writing in my question. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so let's simplify this. I mean, you can simplify it later. I like simplifying as I'm going, so that's just negative 5/4 log e of 4x minus 2 plus c. Now, they've given us information, y equals 10, x equals 1, so I'm going to substitute that in to find my c like normal. So 10 equals negative 5 on 4 log e. X is 1, so I get 4 times 1, which is 4. 4 minus 2 plus c. 10. I'm writing all the steps. You don't need to write all these steps, of course. Negative 5 on 4 log e of 2 plus c. So c equals 10 plus 5 on 4 log e of 2. I'm just going to erase the right-hand side. I've got some room. Okay, so my y is negative 5 on 4 log e of 4x minus 2 plus my 10 plus 5 on 4 log E of 2. Unless I've made an error somewhere. Okay. Now we're going to put them together. Again, we've got log functions. Log E, log E. This one is the -1. So this one's going to be the one that divides. So I'm going to change my color again. So I'm going to this time do it in one step. 5 and 4 can come out as a factor. This one comes first because it's got the positive 5 and 4. So I get log E of the 2 divided by the 4x minus 2 plus my 10. Okay, so remember, this one being the negative is the divided by 1. There it is there. This one being the positive is at the front and goes on the numerator, as I've done here. Any questions about this line? Because I'm still going to simplify, because I can simplify in the log E. Everyone's good so far? Okay. So down in this denominator, I'm going to take 2 out as a common factor. So I get y equals 514 log E. 2. Right, 2x minus 1 plus the 10. The 2's will cancel. So my final answer is y equals 5 on 4 log E of 1 divided by x minus 1 plus 10. Oops, that should be a 2 in there.
So
that should
in
be a
the
2. There we go. How's that? Sorry, I missed my 2x. Someone was about to point that out, weren't they?
yes.
Okay.
It doesn't work, Dad. Look, I messaged Brianna and I was like, what do you do? And she goes, just press this. Click the link.
Someone's having issues.
The
All right.
answers say y equals 5
Yeah.
over 4 log E of 2 over 2x minus 1 plus 10. Bracket plus 10.
So this one, this top line here. Marie, you can't connect to your camera?
No, I can't connect to my laptop.
At
I'm on
all?
my phone. At all, yeah.
Go to your laptop, get into your Outlook, so your calendar, because I've sent you guys a calendar. You should be able to just click on that invitation there and come straight to Zoom.
Yeah, I've got it, but it won't let me join at all.
Really?
It was with my other classes as well.
Now, did you download it, or are you just using it?
No, I'm using the web browser, but it doesn't work.
Okay, we might try with you as separately, right at around about 11:30, because you don't have a class at 11:30. So
Okay.
I might try with you just individual to see if we can get it going. Okay. So as about 11:30, I'll send you an invitation and see how we go. And try and work it out. And if not, get the school, speak to Mr. Byrne, right, or the ICT, and they will be work through it with you, because they're there working out through issues with all of these. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Has everyone copied that down? I'll give you another about a minute or so, and then I'll answer the last. I think there was one more question that Nat sent me. Yep. Which was actually a couple more questions. The next question I'm going to do is exercise 11D, question 1C. Okay, 11D, question 1C.
Wait, one question.
Yep.
You know that negative at the top? Like, whatever happened to that? I don't get it.
The negative, which negative? Right on the screen.
Like, you know the -5 on 4?
Yeah. that became the division, because remember when you do
Yeah, like when you factorized it, like where did it go?
that negative here, that negative there becomes this division part.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's divided. So it's log E of 2, right? So we got log E of 2 minus, don't worry about the 5 and 4, log E of 4x minus 2. We can combine these because they're both logs, and when we combine them, we get log E of 2 divided by the 4x minus 2. That's what happens to the negative. It becomes a divide when we combine. Remember our rules? You don't remember those rules? If it was a times, remember?
So you basically rearranged it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if this was a plus, I'll put it over here, log E of 2 plus log E of 3. We times them together. We get log E of 2 times 3, which is log E of 6. Remember that? But if they're plus, we times them together. If they're minus, we divide.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, it's one of the rules that we've done a while, and you guys have done it. We're going to have to just keep remembering that. All right, I'm going to clear this one. So if you haven't written it down, taken a photo, please make sure that you do so. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the next one is exercise 11D. And this one is question 1C. That's a bad looking D. Okay, question 1C. Okay, 1C, find the general antiderivative for each of the following. Okay, so it says antiderivative. So I'm already going to write the antiderivative of e to the negative 3x plus 2x. And of course, it's always with respect to x. Okay, well, let's do the first one. When we integrate this first one, remember all we do is we get this and differentiate that. So this becomes negative 3. And of course, we have to do 1 divided by that number. So we get negative 1/3. We've still got the e to the negative 3x. That's still there. So remember that rule. 1 divided by the derivative of that power. That's what an EX is. Then we're going to integrating. Now we're going to integrate this one here, plus 2x. When we integrate that one, it becomes x squared. Adding 1 to the power, divide by it, you still get x squared. Probably don't need to show you all that. And then you've got your plus c. That's 1c. That one's done. Has anyone got a question on that one? Now, the other one I'm going to do, which is the last one, I believe, is question 5 from 11D. So I'm just going to clear this in about 10 seconds or 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the last one that I've got is exercise 11D. Okay, Pino's just emailed me. Oh, it's just come through now. He's saying he's having issues. I have problems accessing Zoom Classroom as when I've tried to download it, comes up, don't download. I'm just going to answer Pino. Okay, don't download. Use the link on your Outlook to connect up. I've invited you through Outlook. Okay, hopefully he comes on. All right, exercise 11D, question 5. So question 5 says, here's the curve for which y dx equals e to the x. Someone's ringing. Okay. K is a constant such that the tangent at 1e, so I'm just going to write that down, tangent 1e squared passes through origin. Okay. Find the gradient of the tangent. Find gradient of the tangent, all right. So we've got our dy dx equals e to the kx at x equals 1, because that's the point they gave us. All right, that's where the tangent is. At x equals 1, we get dy dx equals e to the k. Okay. I found the gradient, hence says determine the value of k. That's part A, determine the value of k. Okay, so we'll find the gradient of this tangent. Okay. Well, let's try and work out k. Let me do an antiderivative of this. So if I integrate this, okay, so I'm going to integrate that. I'm going to get y equals e to the k x plus c. Passes through the origin. It tells us that it passes through the origin. So I'm going to substitute the origin in. So I've got 0 equals e to the k times 0. Well, that's 0 plus c. So c equals 0. So my rule is y equals e to the k x. Okay. Also tells me tangent is at the point 1 and e squared. So subbing in 1 and e squared. So I get e squared equals e to the k times 1. Well, I'm not going to even write the times 1. So therefore k must be equal to 2. So I found my k. Part B says the equation of the curve. The equation of the curve. So really I know my gradient, because now that I've worked out my k, my gradient actually equals dy dx equals e to the 2x. So I'm going to integrate it. Okay, so integrating this one, I'm going to get, I'll just put the integral sign up to go back to my curve. So I've got y equals, well, I differentiate the 2x, I get 2, and when I'm integrating, I go 1 divided by that answer. So 1 divided by 2, e to the 2x plus my c. Okay, substituting 1 e squared in there. Just let me rub that out and do that again. I get e squared equals a half e squared plus c. So c will equal e squared minus a half e squared. Now, 1 e squared minus a half e squared is going to give us a half e squared. So that's what my c equals. So my rule becomes y equals a half e to the 2x plus a half e squared. I mean, I can take out a half as a common factor and write e to the 2x plus e squared in brackets. It doesn't matter. That should be the answer to question 5. Have a read, see how we go. Any questions on that question there? That one's all good? Okay, does anyone have another question for me that you guys were struggling with? I'm not going to start 11H now with, well, I could, but I haven't got much time. I think I'll leave the 11H until, that's because this is a practice run. Anyone got another question from these exercises?
Exercise 11C, 7A.
11C, 7A. I hope you guys are checking these answers to make sure they're right. Find an antiderivative of
Well,
each.
the one you did before, question 10 from 11C, you wrote, what was it?
I wrote 5 and 4 log e of 1 divided by 2x minus 1 plus the 10.
And then the answers say, instead of log e 1 over 2x minus 1, it's 2 over 2x minus 1. I think that's
No, that can't be right because you had to.
wrong.
Yeah, you had
So
to
that's
simplify
correct.
it. Yeah, you had to simplify it.
Checking now.
Unless I've missed a 2 there somewhere, and which could have happened. But if there's a 2 up the top,
The physical version that I have says the answer Sir got.
is right. Okay, beautiful. So, sorry, what was this one? 11C, question 7. Okay, find an antiderivative of each of the following.